How are you doing today? Welcome to Because Why, the podcast series that always starts with why questions, applying first principles thinking to bring you diverse perspectives on various life issues. To truly live life to the fullest, join us for this episode. Why is love so difficult? Why do relationships always fail? Why do we always meet the wrong people? There's a special kind of person who seems to be perpetually unlucky in love, repeatedly falling into toxic relationships that leave them drained, exhausted, and bruised. Before we dive into the reasons, let's clarify what the wrong person truly means. For me, the wrong person isn't just about a lack of passionate, burning romantic feelings. True love isn't solely based on intense chemistry or the thrilling flutter in your heart when you're with someone. As Helen Fisher shared in her TED Talk, the chemical reactions of romantic love can make our brains feel as high as a cocaine user's brain. Once the drug wears off, the effect diminishes. This means chemistry alone cannot be the measure of a love's longevity. So, what other signs should you look for to know if your relationship is in trouble? I believe there are two basic things. First, you increasingly feel worse about yourself, lacking confidence and feeling disrespected in the relationship. That person constantly criticizes you, making you lose faith in yourself. You're hesitant to express yourself because you're unsure if they'll accept your true self. Gradually, you lose who you are. You prioritize what the other person wants, forgetting your own desires, and slowly reduce the time you spend on yourself, becoming overly dependent on their emotions. But please remember, a true partner always encourages and motivates you to assert yourself, not stifle your growth. The second sign is that both you and your partner often fall into uncomfortable silences. If not silence, then conversations filled with conflict and disagreement. It's true that in love, there are peaceful silences where two people don't need to say anything but still feel love's presence. However, according to psychologists, there's a difference between intimate silence and uneasy silence in a potentially troubled relationship. A true connection means you feel comfortable with the other person without overthinking what to do or say. Conversely, silence can be a way to avoid issues or a calm before the storm. Furthermore, when you both talk, pay attention to whether you frequently disagree with your partner. While disagreements can sometimes be a foundation for building mutual trust through sharing and compromise, leading to common ground, a happy relationship typically has a 5:1 ratio of positive to negative interactions. If, at some point, arguments lead nowhere despite trying various approaches, you shouldn't take it lightly. Besides these two signs, you can find dozens of others if you Google "loving the wrong person." However, one thing I want to tell you is to trust your intuition, if you already have a feeling of unease. The attraction and criteria for choosing a partner are the result of a phenomenon called imprinting. This imprinting is a combination of many factors, including how you received or were deprived of love, intimacy, and security from your parents. This imago theory was also developed by Dr. Harville Hendrix, who asserts that feeling attracted to someone is due to an unconscious desire to resolve past issues. Essentially, this theory suggests that we unconsciously seek a partner based on the blueprint of those who raised us. By resolving issues with this partner, we try to heal persistent wounds caused by our caregivers. These relationships offer us a chance to heal, but also risk continuously rubbing salt in old wounds. For example, if you had a critical father, you might be drawn to a man who also tends to be critical. You then try to gain his love and validation to heal the hurts stemming from your father's rejection. Unfortunately, those raised in abusive or broken families tend to become accustomed to violent and abusive behavior. They might consider it normal in life, and worse, carry this normalcy into adulthood. They tend to choose partners with addictive lifestyles, who are abusive, controlling, verbally aggressive, or exhibit similar negative personality traits, almost unconsciously, even when they actively try to avoid it. The second reason relates to low self-esteem. Often, we choose the wrong people because we don't feel we deserve anything better. We put ourselves down because that's how we were treated in the past. We think we're useless and accept something is better than nothing due to our low self-esteem. When you don't respect yourself, you inadvertently allow others to disrespect you. This particularly attracts vultures in society, those who recognize us as easy targets to manipulate and exploit. When we have self-respect, we can protect ourselves by setting boundaries in toxic relationships. We'll have a strong sense of our own independence and won't be overly reliant on others. The next reason is the fear of being alone, or monophobia. Many people rush into relationships, quickly moving from one codependent relationship to another because they don't want to endure loneliness, anxiety, or other negative emotions. For them, the feeling of security that comes with having someone by their side is more important than the quality of the relationship, even if it causes a lot of pain. Relationships built solely on filling the void of being alone, rather than on a solid foundation of love and respect, are the root of many problems. Such couples are prone to infidelity, frequent arguments, and never finding common ground. Many of these relationships end with feelings of disappointment and loneliness that are far worse than being alone. The final reason is FOMO, fear of missing out, and the pressure from societal norms. Sometimes our biological clock and societal pressure make us anxious about marriage, causing us to frantically pursue starting a family. When we see our friends constantly sharing anniversary photos, wedding pictures on social media, or preparing to welcome their first child, societal norms make us feel like we're being left behind, that if we don't get married, our lives won't be complete or fulfilling. With a desire for security and care, we rush into a relationship without taking enough time to think thoroughly and truly get to know the other person. Only later do we realize that love and marriage are not as simple as swiping left or right on dating apps. In the book, Make Your Future Grateful for Your Current Efforts, there's a poignant passage that goes like this. We often repeat our mistakes, do the wrong things, and meet the wrong people. The truth is, sometimes we don't find the right person not because we're unlucky, but because we haven't let go of our own mistakes. Those who repeatedly make the same mistakes in problematic relationships often ask, why aren't my sacrifices repaid? Why do I always meet the wrong people? In reality, they don't realize that in this world, the one thing that effort, even to death, may not guarantee a return is love. Therefore, when love is lost, don't try to find out why it wasn't reciprocated. When it's time to let go, let go. When it's time to break up, break up. Otherwise, happiness will drift further away from you, and don't complain about always meeting the wrong people. The root of your mistakes and suffering lies within yourself. The satisfying answer to, who should I love, lies once again within us. Every relationship we encounter in life comes with lessons for our growth. Keep a comfortable state of mind, and your romantic relationships will operate within a peaceful and gentle energetic flow. After all, love is what makes people happy. No matter what, give yourself a reason to believe in love, give yourself a strong heart to trust in it. Because not believing in the existence of love will make people incredibly desperate. Life will lose its inherent power. Many friends used to advise me, once you love, love with all your heart so you'll have no regrets later. But I don't see it that way. I'm cautious in every relationship, not because I'm pragmatic or calculating, but because I value everyone who has entered my life. I cherish and always think seriously about these relationships. And also because I always want to leave both sides an exit strategy if any problems arise, to protect both myself and them, so neither gets hurt. Love is largely driven by emotion, but love without reason can easily lead to blindness, like wearing rose-tinted glasses where even bright red flags waving furiously are overlooked and easily blown away by the wind. I know this sounds harsh on my heart, but honestly, in the early stages of a relationship, we should all proceed slowly. Take your time to explore instead of rushing headfirst. This approach creates an environment where interest and attraction can gradually grow over time, rather than plunging you into a tumultuous emotional storm. Love has no specific formula. Everyone loves differently. So, listen to your heart, but don't forget the voice of reason. It's not that you always choose the wrong people, but rather because you always carry the psychological burden of it has to be this way, or it has to be that way your demands, expectations, and perfectionism applied to a person and a new relationship are what truly make you feel exhausted. If you feel stuck in any of these points, slow down a bit. Think more about yourself, love yourself more, build your confidence, and spend more time playing, talking, and interacting to truly get to know your significant other. Wishing you all much love and to be loved in return.